I want to share and work with a teaching from my yoga class this morning. I have this amazing yoga teacher. Her name is Sarah, and Sarah Soul, and she actually owns the studio Rogue Valley Yoga in Ashland. So if you ever get to Ashland, Oregon, you can do an amazing yoga class with Sarah and all the teachers there are really good, but she's especially good at Rogue Valley Yoga. And this morning, she was talking about the value of an asana. That's A-S-A-N-A. It's the physical yoga part of yoga. Actually, yoga has 8 limbs: meditation and breath, all the different branches of yoga, the limbs, I guess. And so she said the value of asana is that it brings adversity. These are kind of more my words now than hers, but it brings adversity to your body so that you can maintain your focus and kind of breathe through that and work through that in a calm way, which adds a lot of strength and character to you. And of course, the metaphor goes into the world. And as adversity comes to you, you can breathe through that and therefore be stronger. So at the beginning of the class, she teaches you, ujjayi breathing, also known as ocean breath. It's this kind of calm breathing that allows you to breathe through stressful yoga poses, basically. And there were several of those today, and I definitely was out of shape yoga-wise from the holiday. So I needed my ujjayi breathing quite a bit today. And but it's such a cool concept because it's like, and I can notice it too in the yoga class, like when it's really stressful and my body is like contorted in some way and my muscle, my hamstrings are like screaming at me or something. And I can just go to that ujjayi breathing and just breathe through that. And breathe energy into the hamstrings and just breathe. And that, I've just noticed that even in my life, I notice that is when I'm in an adverse situation, in a situation with adversity or stress, or even when I'm, triggered or activated, I can go back to this kind of calm state. It's just this ujjayi breathing, or it doesn't have to be ujjayi breathing. It can just be a way that you center yourself to breathe through and work through the stressful situation. And so yoga does this on purpose, right? It gives you stressful poses so you can keep your composure through the poses. When your body's freaking out, you can breathe through that and teach your body and mind mostly not to freak out when your body's in an adverse pose or situation. So think about, the application to life is obvious. So when we get and I'll just keep going with adverse situation, when we get in a challenging situation or a stressful situation, even when we're triggered or activated and we're spun out and we feel like, I feel like I could freak out here. In a way, it's an opportunity to keep your center, to stay in your heart, to not, dissociate or leave your body, to just stay and basically not freak out. Like, even though that, just like when you're in a tough yoga pose, maybe the situation in life is really stressful and you can feel it's like, it's a really stressful situation. My mind's wanting to freak out, but I'm just going to breathe through it. Just like if I'm in a tough yoga pose, I'm just going to breathe through it. Breathe through it. And so what happens then is we don't dissociate, we don't leave our body, we don't lose our center. And it's a practice. What the yoga practice is about is keeping your center in all situations. So when you're in your center, you could say in your heart or in your body, you have access to all of your resources. You have access to your chakras, your clarity in your third eye, your intuition, your compassion, your empathy, all of you could say your spiritual gifts and resources, discernment, all of those things are there. And when you are not in your body, or you're freaking out, or you've checked out, or you've dissociated, you do not have access to those resources, which of course makes the situation, the already stressful situation, even worse, because then we start reacting to it even more. And then it's, you can see how it would cycle. So what a cool practice, to take. And so we can learn to maintain our vibration. If we're vibrating, like if, say you do your practice in the morning, you do a meditation, you're feeling really good, your heart's open, you've got a nice vibration. You're vibrating, you could say, at a higher level, and so you can just, the practice in a way of yoga and a lot of these spiritual practices is like maintaining your high vibration no matter what life throws at you. Okay. And and what I've been noticing lately, like sometimes it's like, whoa, that just happened, and my mind is wanting to freak out here. That's definitely a big thing. It's a stressful thing, but it's like, okay, how do I work through this? How do I use my ujjayi, or how do I breathe through it? How do I journal? How do I do a breathing exercise? How do I do something that allows me to work through this? And how can I maintain my high vibration even though something stressful is happening? And the more we do this, just like in yoga, the more we do this, the more we get in the habit of breathing through the stressful yoga pose, breathing through the stressful situation in life. And so it just becomes natural. It's like, oh, it's a stressful situation. My mind's wanting to freak out. But you know what? I'm just going to breathe through this thing, and we're just going to stay in it. We're going to stay in it and find a way through this. I'm going to still feel. I'm not going to check out. And I'm just going to calmly keep my composure, maintain my high vibration through this challenging situation. So in a way, from the yoga standpoint, these stressful poses, that we do them on purpose to give us practice, to build character, to build, the practice is what they call it. The yoga practice is gives us practice with dealing with adversity. So life, the universe, spirit, perhaps it's a different way of looking at it. Perhaps they're giving us stressful situations and opposition and adversity, not just to mess with us, but maybe it's an opportunity for our life practice to maintain our vibration and composure and stay in our heart, even in the challenging situation. Once we learn to do that, we're free, right? It just makes sense. No matter what life throws at us, we can stay connected, we can stay in our vibration, we can still be in touch with our resources, our joy, and our happiness. So that is my video. Special thanks to Sarah at Rogue Valley Yoga, since I kind of borrowed this teaching from her and then kind of added my own spin to it. So thank you, Sarah. And thank all of you. So I hope you enjoy your new year, and perfect time to find a new practice in your life. And I will see you in a week.